Hi everyone, Jessica here from Paper Ink Stamp and welcome back to my channel. So the first little bit of this video, I just want to say, obviously I haven't posted any videos recently over the last probably 2 weeks I think it's been. I've just had so much going on. I haven't been very well to begin with. We've had some sort of house projects and things that we actually wanted to get done that we had been putting off. And I've been really busy with kind of design team work and commission work for the magazines themselves. So over the next couple of months, I'm hoping that you'll be seeing some of my stuff in the different magazines. I've got a couple for Papercraft Essentials, which I don't subscribe to, but I may or may not pick up those magazines individually. I haven't sort of decided what I'm going to do with that yet, but I've got a couple in there. I have got one coming before the end of the year for the Die Cutting Essentials magazine. So I'm really excited to be getting involved with the magazines and actually, you know, being able to create cards for the magazines themselves. So like I said, I've just been really busy with those. The Hunky Dory design team has kept me pretty busy recently as well. So something kind of had to take a little step back. Unfortunately, I did decide that was going to be my channel, but I've still got loads of stuff to kind of catch up on. I've got obviously this magazine back from last month. So this is issue 99 of Creative Stampin'. I've actually now got 2 of the Paper Society craft boxes. The first one I got, which was the sunflowers, I wanted to do a part 2 video, but I've literally just not had the time to kind of do that, unfortunately, so I may come back to it. But I've got sort of 2 boxes now. We've got the more autumn one, which I think was done by Crafty Individuals, and then I've just had the next one come through, which is made by Made to Surprise, I think it is, Sam, and she's got the gingerbread box, so that's just come through the post as well. So again, because they're more sort of recent boxes, I want to try and keep on top of those. And of course then we've still got tons of prizes left from the Card Maker of the Year competition, still sitting there to go through. But today's video we're going to be looking at, like I said, issue 99 of Creative Stampin'. So we had this Botanical Bees A4 stamp set. We've got a section in here by Sentimentally Yours. So we've got the thistles and the bees, and then so everything is of course bee themed in this stamp set. And then we did have a 6x6 inch stencil, so you've got a bee building stencil here, and then you've got sort of 2 honeycombs there as well. Before we actually take a look in the magazine itself, I have recently just picked up a few bits from Craft Stash that I wanted to share with you super quick. So I got 3 new colours of Distress Oxide. So I got the Chipped Sapphire, Speckled Egg and Rustic Wilderness. And I've just realised that says Distress Ink on there instead of Distress Oxide. It definitely is the Oxide, because I did have a little play with it yesterday. But so I picked up 3 of those colours, and then I picked up something else. I didn't realise that they were doing it. I just seen an advert, to be honest with you, because they were reduced. I believe they were reduced to $14.99, so I thought I'd pick up these to sort of see what they were like. So this is a pack of 10 blending brushes. You can see they've got a variety of different colours in here. I do have sort of lots of blending brushes already, but I thought it is nice to kind of have them where they have the coloured handles. Sometimes you do need one kind of for each colour family, unless you do really kind of scrub them quite clean. So for my Distress Oxides, my pinks and purples, I use just a purple brush, but now I can have a purple brush and probably more of a pinky brush there as well. So it's nice just to not have to kind of use them for multiple colour families. I can just have one for each colour. I'll pop a link to these in the description box down below. Like I said, these are kind of Craft Stash own products. This is Creative Craft products. So I'm really excited to kind of give that a go. Maybe we'll use them in today's video. So let's take a little look in the magazine. So I did ask in my last video, whatever magazine that was, whether you wanted me to kind of flip through the magazine, and a lot of you did really like being able to just look through the magazine. So we're just really quickly gonna have a look again, because this magazine is already out. So we have got Botanical Beauty, so we've got ink smooshing techniques, doing the queen and creating kind of a thistle background there. We've got an inlaid background scene, so then this is sort of cut out and you can kind of see that behind with almost like a little army of bees, so that's pretty cool. We've got masked ink background, so just having the panels. We've got a split stamping technique, so that's really cool. Again, they're making a really lovely kind of background with that. We've got then Be Creative, so we've got an ink lifting technique. So obviously they've got that hexagon in the middle, and they are just kind of lifting some of that up. That's really cool. Got Creating a Stenciled Bee, so and how to do that using that layering stencil. So a good how-to there with picture and word instructions, which is great. Creating a masked background, we've got smushing and blending, paste through the stencil, so of course then you can use any glitter paste, you can heat emboss that, crackle paste, anything like that would work. And then the last little bit of inspiration, we've got Buzzing with Ideas. So we've got a triple hexagon easel card there, creating a bee without colouring. So again, just different kind of techniques and sort of inspiration on what you can do. Heat embossing the stencil. We've got just an easy easel card. And again, this is using lots of different bits in here. You've got the thistles, you've got those bees, of course we've got the sentiments there. So it's just a great use of such a big stamp set. So in next month's issue, so this is going to be issue 100, so we have got a bumper double A4 stamp set, and these are by Crafters Companion, so you get 4 sets of kind of different style Christmas stamps. So we've got maybe something a bit more traditional, a little bit of silhouette in there. We've then got sort of the Christmas trees, and we've got snowflakes and things like that. Then we've got this sort of cute Christmas. These are really adorable with these little you've got the penguin and the snowman, and you've got Santa, so something a little more cute, a little bit more fun. And then for this one, we have got Enchanted Christmas on there. So again, all that silhouette. We've got then like the little elf there, which is cute as well. So that is going to be a big set for next month. We've also got 22 downloadable papers as well. I am going to get my printer set up, so I might, when it comes with some downloadable papers, rather than downloading everything, I might take you know, a few of the papers that I want to use for the cards that we create and kind of use those just so you can see those as well. So that comes on sale on the 16th of September. So again, as soon as the magazine comes, what will be this month, September, then I will of course do a video on that. So that was a look at the magazine and the free gift there. So the other thing I just wanted to mention, moving forward, I am only going to be doing 2 videos a week now. I'm aiming to do a Wednesday and a Sunday. Again, just with everything that we've got going on, we're trying to sort of decorate the house, and any, like I said, commission work, design team work stuff that I've got going on. I don't have the time because I do work full time as well. Unfortunately, I don't have the time to kind of do absolutely everything that I want to do. Obviously, I want to spend all my time making these videos for you guys, but yeah, I just unfortunately don't have the time. So there will be 2 videos. Like I said, I'm aiming for a Wednesday and a Sunday for those. But that's enough just sort of generally talking. So let's get into creating a card using our Botanical Bees stamp set and stencil from issue 99 of Creative Stampin'. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is a little bit of ink blending for my background. So I'm going to be creating a mini slimline card. So this is 3.5 by 5.5. Then I've just cut down a piece of Ink Me cardstock to 3.25 by 5.25, and we're going to ink blend on this, and then we're going to use our stencil on here as well. So I'm going to start off with a little bit of Seedless Preserve. So we've got Seedless Preserve, Spice Marmalade, and Wild Honey. So I'm just going to come in on this very edge, so a little bit of a different colour combination, but I wanted to do something that wasn't completely sort of traditional in a sense. So I still want to get those kind of oranges in there you would more associate with maybe honeybees and things, but it's always nice just to do a sort of slightly different colour palette. So we've got our Seedless Preserve just there. Then we're going to come in with our Spiced Marmalade. We're just going to overlap those. And when I've still got this out, I'm just going to come back in with that Seedless Preserve, and we're going to create a really nice kind of blend between these 2 colours. Then lastly, we're going to come in with our Wild Honey. So I'm going to turn this around. I'm just going to use that so I don't get any sort of finger impressions. So there's our ink blended background. So I love this colour combination. On camera, the blend might not look particularly great, but here in sort of real life, it does look a lot better. So now I want to take my stencil, and I'm going to be using some of my Distress texture paste. This is the Crackle. So I haven't actually used this product yet, so I'm excited to see how this is sort of going to come out. So on the stencil, I'm going to use this smaller sort of honeycomb design. I'm just going to use what's in the lid here. So let's just hold that down. So I'm not particularly bothered about sort of getting every little piece. I don't want it to be kind of too perfect. So let's take off our stencil. So we've just got sort of a nice kind of random pattern on there. So now I'm just going to put that to one side, and I'm just going to clean off my stencil. So there is our sort of textured background. So this has crackled up really nicely, and it's taken on that colour from underneath. So if I just hold it up close, you can kind of see there, hopefully, that crackle. So I haven't put on a massively thick layer of it. It's quite thin, but I love how it's taken on then that colour from our blend underneath. So to stamp our flowers, I'm going to use some Nina white cardstock. This is the £80. This is about, I think it's about 163 GSM, but this is perfect for ink blending, colouring with alcohol markers. I think it's just generally an all-round really great cardstock. I picked up a big pack, I think it was about 300 sheets from Amazon. So I'm starting to use this a little bit more to really kind of see what kind of results we get. But for what I have done with it so far, it has been pretty great. So let's do a little bit of stamping. So I'm going to pull out my Misty just so I can stamp a few things in one go. And I think I'm going to take these thistles here, because I think that will go in nicely with that purple that we've got in our background. We do need a bee, but I'm wondering whether we want to have the big bee or whether I just do this smaller bee. I think I'm going to do this smaller bee here. So I'm just going to pop these three for the moment into my Misty. And then let's grab our Memento ink, because this is going to be alcohol friendly. So just do a little bit of alcohol colouring, and then we're going to fussy cut these out. So let's just stamp these down. So I cut these out, and then I have just used my alcohol markers to colour these in. And the reason why I cut them first of all was so that I didn't have any white lines, and then I didn't have to be kind of too precious about how well I cut these out either, because I really did just colour right to the edges. So I've got my two thistles, I've got my bumblebee, and then I did stamp one of the other bees as well, just because I felt like it needed something a little extra on here. So the first thing I'm going to do actually is just add my panel to the card base, because I want this to sit nice and flat. So I'm going to use some of my Simon Says Stamp Big Mama foam tape for this. So let's add our panel onto our card base. And that's just going to keep that nice and flat whilst we get our other bits and pieces on here. I'm going to take a little bit of our Sticks to Everything glue. We've got that fine tip nozzle, so we're going to be able to get onto the stem and all of those little bits of the leaves. And if you don't want it to squirt out too much, you can just take a scrap piece of card, and then all I do is just sort of gently put it on there, and it'll just kind of take any blobbiness from your glue. So let's pop our one thistle just there on top of the textured part. I'm actually going to grab my reverse tweezers just to hold this, just to make things a little easier when we add our glue. So again, then I'm just going to add a little bit to all of those delicate bits, and again then down that stem as well. And we're going to add this one just there next to it. And I wanted to have this one kind of just buzzing around just up there. So let's grab a few foam pads and let's add our bumblebee just there. So now all that we need now is a sentiment from the set. So I want to turn this into a birthday card. So I think I'm going to use this happy birthday sentiment just there. So for my sentiment, I'm going to heat emboss this onto some black cardstock using some white embossing powder. So I'm going to take my Mini Misty, my anti-static powder bag. Let's pop our sentiment in there. I'm going to take some of my Simon Says Stamp clear embossing ink. Let's just ink that up nicely. And we're just gently going to just rub that down. So I'm going to grab some of the Simon Says Stamp fine detail white embossing powder. So there's our sentiment, so that has stamped perfectly. And then I'm just going to melt this with my heat tool. So there's our sentiment. So after I heat embossed it, I just trimmed it down with my trimmer and then just added this kind of banner to the end of that. And then we're going to pop it up onto some foam tape again, just to give it a little bit of height. So again, I'm going to use that Big Mama foam tape. So let's add our banner. So the last thing I'm going to do is add some Dandelion Yellow Nouveau crystal drops just to add a little bit of final embellishment. And I'm also just going to add some Simply White as well, just to kind of break up that yellow just a little bit. Do one there and then just there. So that's our finished card for today using the Botanical Bees stamp set and stencil. So this was issue 99 of Creative Stamping. So let me know in the comment section down below what you think of the card. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please do so you don't miss out on any future videos. And again, like I said earlier, I'm going to be posting 2 videos a week now, and that's going to be on a Wednesday and a Sunday. So that's going to be it for today's video. So thanks very much for watching and happy crafting.